Ekonomi 42 kanalımıza hoş geldiniz. Alright, let's jump right in. Today we're going to take a closer look at the Turkish economy, breaking down the key pillars that make it so dynamic and, so resilient.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with Turkey's crucial strategic position. Location is everything. Then we'll dive deep into the three core pillars, its industrial backbone, the amazing resources from its land, and the new engines driving its future. And finally, we'll tie it all together.
Okay, so to really get a handle on any country's economy, you have to start with its geography. And for Turkey, its location isn't just a fact on a map, it's a fundamental, powerhouse economic asset. First off, and this is a big deal, we have to remember that Turkey is a member of the G20. This puts it squarely among the world's largest economies. It's not just some fancy title. It means having a seat at the table where the major global economic decisions get made.
And this right here, this map just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly illustrates that unique geographic advantage. I mean, it's sitting right at the intersection of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. It's a natural bridge connecting major trade routes, making it an absolutely critical hub for global business.
So how exactly does Turkey leverage that incredible location? Well, let's move on to our first pillar, its powerful industrial backbone. This whole pillar is really built on two massive, complementary forces. You have manufacturing, the sector that actually produces the goods, and then you have construction, which builds the infrastructure that lets all those goods move around.
When it comes to manufacturing, Turkey is a major production hub for so many global brands. We're talking about a huge output of goods here. Everything from cars and heavy industrial machinery to the washing machines and refrigerators used in homes all across Europe and the Middle East.
And get this, it's not just about what's built inside the country. The global reach of Turkey's construction sector is just massive. We're talking about Turkish companies building things like state-of-the-art airports, sprawling new highways, and even entire city districts in over 100 countries around the world. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so beyond the factories and the massive construction sites, Turkey's economy is also deeply rooted in its land. So our second pillar is all about the country's rich natural and cultural resources. So here we're going to look at two key areas. First, an agricultural sector that just thrives because of the country's diverse climates. And second, a tourism industry that draws in millions of people, whether they're looking for ancient history, sunny beaches, or even modern healthcare.
Because it has so many different climate zones, from the Mediterranean all the way to the Black Sea, Turkey can produce this huge variety of high-quality products. We're talking stuff for its own people and for export. This isn't just about one or two main crops. It's a really broad and resilient agricultural base.
And here's a fun fact that really puts this into perspective. If you've ever had a chocolate hazelnut spread, you know the one I'm talking about. Well, there is an overwhelming chance those hazelnuts came from Turkey. It produces the vast majority of the world's entire supply.
Now, when we think about tourism, a lot of us just picture summer holidays on the beach. But as you can see here, that's really only part of the story. Millions of people visit all year round for the incredible historical sites, the coastal resorts, and this is a big growth area for its world-class medical and health services. Okay, so we've got these really strong traditional pillars in place, industry and agriculture. They're solid. But what does the future hold? Where are the new areas of growth going to come from? And that question brings us right to our third pillar, the modern, forward-looking sectors that are really positioning Turkey for the future. Here, we're talking about two key drivers. First, a really dynamic tech scene that's sparking all sorts of innovation. And second, the country's pivotal, strategic role in the region's energy landscape. Now, what's really interesting here is the strategy. Turkey has limited fossil fuels of its own, right? So it's become this critical energy corridor, a highway for energy flowing through the region. And at the exact same time, it's rapidly building up its own renewable energy capacity, really harnessing the power of its rivers, sun, and wind. And on the technology front, it's not just one thing. There's this vibrant startup scene just bubbling up in areas like Fintech and e-commerce, and that's happening alongside these highly advanced, high-value industries like defense and aerospace, which are creating some really sophisticated products.
So we've looked at all these different parts. What does it all mean when you put it together? What's the big picture here?
Well, the crucial point is this. Having strong, independent pillars in industry, in agriculture, and in technology makes the entire economy much more stable. Think about it. If one sector faces a downturn, the others can help provide support. This diversity is the absolute key to long-term economic resilience.
This economic diversity is really the key takeaway, and it leaves us with a final question to chew on. How will this unique economic structure shape Turkey's global role in the years to come? İçeriklerin devamı için lütfen kanalımıza abone olunuz ve yorumlar yapınız.